Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV, Ringo TV Reactions. Back again with another video. Today's topic, what we're going to talk about is the reason why she's single. Yeah, that's right. A lot of times in today's day, modern women are going through a lot of problems when it comes to relationships. They really don't have no idea what it means to be in a relationship. They don't know how to deal with men. They've given the best years of their life to the worst possible men. And because of this issue, they have grown cold to the point where they don't know how to identify a quality man. They don't know what it means to be loved. They don't understand love. They've been following a bunch of gurus and crazy people that have no success in relationships but want to tell them what they need to do. And consequently, what this does, it causes these women to become extremely dysfunctional. It caused them to have high expectations from various men, expecting things that are not natural. They realize that they're getting older, and a lot of these women are attractive sisters, but yet they just don't get it. And because of this, they end up running quality good men away. And when there are quality good men that are in their path, these particular sisters are not trying to gravitate towards these men. And because of this issue, these women are growing old. They're not bringing forth any children. All they do is focus on their careers. And this is a major problem in society. So without further ado, let's take a listen to this video and understand the reason why this particular woman here is single. Let's go.
You know what really dawned on me, besides being like absolutely crazy? The reason why I'm really single is because the people that did capture my heart, they did not know how to love me how I needed to be loved. They wanted to love me their way. They didn't hear me when I told them what my love language is. And for me, I would rather be alone and single than allow somebody to be dismissive and not hear me when I say, this is how I need to be loved. So that's why I'm single.
Do you see, brothers, the problems that we have? This is the issue that we have in today's modern day. Modern women, they have this preconceived way in which you're supposed to love them. They don't understand life. They don't understand priorities. They don't realize that they have a purpose in this life. When I look at this particular sister here, she's a very attractive lady. She should already be a wife. It's a damn shame that she's literally talking about, her being single is based on this and based on that. The reason why she's single is because she really just don't want a quality man. It's just that simple. Women like this go to and fro the earth, getting involved with different brothers, getting into different relationships because, they're attractive. When a woman is beautiful on the outside, it's very easy for her to attract different men. It's very easy for her to attract different types of guys. And because of her beauty, she's blinded by that. So it allows her to just choose different men. And these particular men that she's choosing are no good to begin with. And because she don't understand love, because she was never raised probably with a quality father to be an example of what a good man is supposed to be, she end up putting away different brothers because she's expecting to be treated a certain type of way that is superficial, the type of way in which she's expecting a brother to treat her is it's not really even real. It's like women like this, you're unable to satisfy. You're unable to please them because they are expecting you to be something that you're not. And even if you try to demonstrate whatever type of love she's looking for, it's still not enough. Trust me, brothers, a lot of modern women are just like this particular sister that's in the video here. If you get with her, there's going to be no success. Because in her mind, again, she know that she's pretty. She know that she's attractive. So in her mind, she believes she can always find another man. And that's just the way it is in today's culture. Modern women believe they have all of these options. They don't realize that they're getting older. They don't realize that time is running out. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are. It doesn't matter how pretty you are. You're attractive for a reason. The more pretty a woman is, the more men are going to be desiring to pretty much bang you. And that's just the way it is. You know, men are not gravitating towards you because you have a college education. Men are gravitating towards you because you have a vagina. It's just that simple. You know, if you're a pretty woman, you're attractive, men are going to gravitate towards you. The problem, ladies, is that you go through life, right? Being attractive, being beautiful, being pretty, and you don't understand that there is a purpose for your life. See, when I look at this particular sister, the only thing that's on my mind is making her a wife so she could bring forth children. Do you understand me? I don't give a damn about her education. I don't care about what career opportunity she's trying to get to. None of that is important. What I'm looking for is wife material, a woman that wants to be a wife, a woman that want to bear children, and a woman that want to serve and cater to me. I'm not interested in all of this extra stuff that she's trying to pull in terms of love language, because there are many different types of love languages that people go by. You have a lot of sisters that, you know, they're interested in gifts, you know, small gifts, big gifts, whatever the situation is, acts of services, you know, quality time spent. You know, they like stuff like words of affirmation, physical touch, communication, expressing of affection, love. There's different ways in which you do things like this. The problem is when guys actually go out there and demonstrate love towards a woman, in most cases, women do not want that. And this is a problem within society, that a lot of times women, they reject love from different men. And if you really study the modern woman, she really don't want a good man. That's why when I hear her speak, I know the kind of men that she always dealt with are always toxic men. Always. Women like her always attract toxic men. That sister has never been with a good brother. Never. Because a good man would want to settle down. A good man would want to wife her up. A good man would be interested in taking care of her. But again, once again, when you have women that are attractive, women that are independent, women that are chasing the bag, and they have these certain beliefs and ideologies about relationships, they go into it expecting a unicorn. And consequently, these women expect all of this information and all of these actions from you brothers. But when it comes to what these women actually bring you, they don't really bring you anything but stress. That's pretty much all they bring you is stress. So ain't no telling how many relationships she's been in. Ain't no telling what her body count is. Ain't no telling any of that. Again, don't be blinded by, you know, the pretty eyes, pretty face. All of that is nice. Like I said, she's a very attractive lady, but at the end of the day, she's single for a reason. She's single because she just don't know how to choose a quality man. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. If I was to hit up that sister and be like, hey, yo, I'm trying to make you a wife, X, Y, and Z. I'm trying to get to know you. That sister would look at me like I'm crazy. Why? Because that's typical of modern women. That's why social media is so bad, because women, they have so many different options in terms of men giving them attention. I mean, ain't no telling how many men is in her DMs telling her the same thing. You're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. You're so fine, you're so fine. I'll wife you up. You have a lot of guys saying they'll wife up a woman, but they're not really interested in wifing them up. You have to understand that. So if you're a good brother, you're quality, and you come at her with that same type of talking point that you want to wife her up and get to know her on some real ish, in most cases, she's not going to really even respond to you. And this is why women like her remain single, because social media has made it to the point where no matter what kind of quality man come at her, she's going to reject all of you because of all the bad experiences that she had. Do you follow me? And that's just the way it is in today's culture. Let's listen in.
You know what really dawned on me, besides being like absolutely crazy, the reason why I'm really single is because the people that did capture my heart, they did not know how to love me how I needed to be loved. They wanted to love me their way.
See?
They didn't hear me when I told them what my love language is.
See, she have a so-called love language that she expect you brothers to know, which is crazy. That's like moving to a foreign land and you don't know the language and they expect you to learn it overnight. It makes no sense at the end of the day. When you really think about it, it makes no logical sense. So she walks into relationships blindly expecting a man to just know how, I guess, she wants to be treated. And in my humble opinion, that's a poor way of getting involved in a relationship, because no man really have time for that. Men really don't have time for that. It's not that serious. A lot of times women make relationships very complicated. Life is very, very simple if you understand your role and you understand what you got to do as a woman. You're put here to bring forth children. It doesn't matter how pretty you are, how fine you are. The prettier you are, the more fine you are, it will only make a man want to lay with you even more. And that result should pretty much equal having more children. So if you're a sister that's very attractive and very fine, you're going to keep this man stimulated, which is going to want to make him make love to you all the time. And all that's going to do is bring forth more babies. But see, if you're a sister and you look at your beauty as some sort of bait to try to get a man in based on his money, and then you want him to shower you with gifts and you want him to tell you how beautiful you are all the time when you're already getting that on social media, right? That man is going to have to now work and do all this extra stuff of trying to keep you happy. That right there is a problem, because no man should have to be working that hard just to make a woman happy. Simply put, brothers, modern women are not built to be in relationships, but yet they're out here giving their body away. How many men have that sister right there given her body to? How many? Because I'm not going to buy into this nonsense that she's single because, a guy just didn't understand her love language and all of this stuff. No, she just couldn't gain the control of that particular man. Do you follow me? She couldn't gain the control. And again, brothers, don't get blinded by the way a woman look. The way a woman look on the outside is nice, but at the end of the day, if a sister's a certain age and she's not married yet, it says a lot about that woman. It says that she's been playing the field for a long time. It says she's been out on hot girl summer for a long time. It said that she's been giving her body away to the worst possible men, and none of these guys thought to wife her up. Now, you got to think about something here, brothers. If this woman is beautiful and this woman is attractive, why all the men that she dealt with didn't stay? Why? Why would a man not want to be with a woman like her? Just based on the outer appearance. Because I've been to her Instagram, I've been to her TikTok page, and she's very attractive. She's very beautiful, very pretty. There's no denying about that. A man would want to make that woman a wife. So why would a man get with her, right, and not want to show that sister any love? So it's not really the man. The problem is not the man. The problem is the woman. The problem is the woman is superficial, and when she get involved in a relationship, she's looking at herself and she's saying to herself, I deserve for a man to do this, that, and the other. And what happens is she's basing her entire life off of her beauty, not realizing that she has a purpose and a role to fulfill as a woman. She don't know that role. So she's most likely the type that been listening to Steve Harvey and all these other guys that been brainwashing these women about love languages and all this other junk. And she probably listened to other female content creators on how a man got to treat you this way and that way and all this other junk. And all it does, it just leave these women in limbo land. So she's going to eventually grow old. She's not going to have no man. She might end up being in a situation where she end up having no kids. And it's a sad situation. It's a sad situation when a woman is attractive and she go through her whole life jumping in and out of relationships, never able to settle down with a quality man. You know what I mean? Because me personally, I'm straightforward. If I see a sister I like, I holler at her right away, let her know exactly what I'm looking for and what I'm trying to do. And if the sister is literally not gravitating towards that energy and she's kind of just pulling back and thinking I'm crazy, I just keep it moving at the end of the day. Because I don't got no time to waste. See, at the end of the day, brothers, you have to understand that most women really don't want relationships. They just want to play. They really just want to play. You know what I mean? They're not built for marriages. They're not built for the successful relationship types. They're not trying to be mothers. They're not trying to be wives. The only time they want this is once they hit in their mid 40s, early 50s. That is when she want to give you her old age after she's given the youthful years of her life to Pookie and Ray Ray. And what's sad about this situation is that there are so many black women that are literally just like her. There are so many women that are in her position, right? And what happened is in their youthful years, they never want to settle down with a quality man. They would rather give you their old age rather than their youthful age, which is the years in which she should give you. Every man should have the blessing of having a woman when she's in her youthful years. Because ladies, I'm going to tell you something right now. When a brother get you when you're in your youthful years and he grow with you and you grow old together, right? He appreciates you. So as you age, he's not looking at you aging. He will always remember the sister you was when you were in your youthful years. Do you understand me? And it's something that a lot of women don't understand. So if a brother met you in your 40s, when you already got gray hair, he never saw you when you were in your youthful years. He never saw you when you were looking your best. He never saw you when your skin was silky smooth. He don't remember because he was not there, because you gave those years to Pookie and Ray Ray. Do you follow me? So all of this nonsense about language of love and she would rather be single, all of that talk make her sound like she's strong, like she got time to just be single. Listen, there is no fun being single. There is no fun as a woman talking about how single you are and how you would rather be single if a man is dismissive and all this other stuff. The truth of the matter is, it's not that men are dismissive. The truth of the matter is you just don't want to comply with a quality man. You don't. Would that sister get involved with a righteous man that wants to lead and guide her? Would that sister take the time to get to know a real man, a man that want to love, that want to guide, that want to protect? Would she really submit herself to that brother? Absolutely not. She won't. And the truth of the matter is there are many women just like this, because a lot of you brothers, you dealt with them. This is why I don't waste my time with modern women, because it's a waste of time. Relationships in today's day with modern women is a waste of time because modern women do not know their purpose. They think that being in a relationship with a man is all about going out to clubs, going out to dinners, going out on dates and playing this damn game. We don't got time for that. Do you understand me? I don't got no time for that nonsense. Life is about purpose. And when you're a sister and you're attractive and you're in your prime, that's the time you get to know a brother, right? You both have that understanding and you learn how to coexist with one another, and you start to think about building family. You start to think about having children. You start thinking about you being a wife, him being your husband, and you start to understand the roles and purpose of bringing forth this family. Do you understand me? All of the other things will fall in their place. There's a time for everything. There's a time for you and that man to be together. There's a time for all of the romance. There's a time for all of these different things. The problem is modern women do not know or understand what it takes to build a successful relationship because they're so into reality TV. They're so into what they see on social media. They're so into what they see in books and other tapes and other videos. And what happens is they never seen a real example of a quality relationship. So they go into these relationships blindly. You understand? And they remain single for the rest of their life, living in a nice apartment, a nice house, a nice apartment by themselves. Everything is clean. She's beautiful, and she's there all alone. And she stays there day in and day out, all alone. And then consequently, she end up getting lonely, get a little horny, and then she end up finding some guy, that she meet on the low, and she invite that man to her house, or she go to a hotel, have sex with him because she's in the mood, mind you. This is what they do, brothers. And then what happens is they try to turn it into a relationship. And then when the brother end up saying, look, I'm not really here for that, and he leave, then what happened? She look at all men as if though they're all the same. This is what they do, brothers. This is what they do. They look at all of us brothers as we're the same after they go out there dealing with brothers on the low, just to get some moments of pleasure. And then when they realize that that guy end up not wanting to be with them, they get mad at all of us brothers. And the truth of the matter, sister, is you got to look at what you just did. If you know you feeling horny because you've been alone for a long time and you go out there and you deal with a particular Pookie and Ray Ray and he end up smashing, right? And then he end up not wanting to be in a relationship with you after you try to pretty much seal the deal for him to be in one, you can't get mad at that man want to leave. He want to leave because he was only there for that one thing and that one thing only, and you knew what you were getting involved in. Do you understand me? So let's not act like you didn't know what you were doing. And women do this all the time, brothers. Don't be fooled. There are many women just like her, that would act like, oh, I'm single because it is, and I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that. And on the low, they'll go out there and they'll find some Pookie, some Ray Ray, some candidate somewhere and go to the telly with him just so he could smash, just so she could feel good, right? And then she go right back to her normal life of talking about how single she is. Don't be fooled, brothers.
And for me, I would rather be alone and single.
She talking a bunch of garbage about she would rather be alone and would rather be single. If that's the case, why even make any of these videos? It makes no sense.
Then allow somebody to be dismissive and not.
See, everything is always about a man being dismissive. Nothing is about the fact that she's not submissive.
Hear me when I say, this is how I need to be loved.
See, she want to know and want you to follow what she want. But when you make demands as a man and tell her, look, this is what I want out of you, all of a sudden now she don't have that in her. See, if I let that sister know that, hey, look, I practice polygyny, I have more than one wife, I'm trying to get you, I'm trying to build with you and make you a wife and bear children with you. What do you think about that? You think she's going to be like, well, you know, all right, I'm down with it? No, she's going to start to protest and start giving me all these foolish reasons on how she want me to be with her by herself. But yet she giving her body in her best years to countless brothers. Countless men been up inside of her. Countless men been in her sheets. Countless men been all over her body, did all sorts of things with her mouth. Do you really think you can negotiate a deal with a quality man, sister? You must be tripping. And see, this is the problem that we have with modern women, because they come into these relationships with all this high expectation of what you brothers got to do. But when you try to tell a sister, look, sister, this is what I need. You know what I mean? I ain't like these brothers out here who just want to pump and dump. I ain't trying to smash and dash. I'm trying to get to know you for you, so I can build family, so I can bear some children, so I can do X, Y, and Z, guide you, lead you, and we have a great time together. But at the end of the day, is that what these women want to get involved in? You see, they really don't. They want to control your manhood. And this is typical of every so-called modern woman. They just want to control you brothers. They ain't trying to build relationships. The last thing these sisters want to do is build relationships. You know what I mean? Because they're not built for that. You know, you might get lucky and find a sister in America that want to build. I'm not saying there are none. There are sisters out here that are good women that will build with you. At the end of the day, it's difficult to find them because they play games too. They sit in secret. They don't talk. They don't know how to be social. They don't know how to reach out to brothers. They don't know how to do anything. So consequently, the best thing men can do in today's day is just focus on what they got to do as a man, focus on their money, focus on their health, and just be about your business. And if you gravitate towards a sister, you know what I mean? It is what it is. If you see a woman you like, you holler, and it's like you just got to roll the dice. And eventually you'll score when it's time. But at the end of the day, brothers, you're going to keep running into women like this. This is what you brothers are going to keep running into. Women that are just like full of insecurities.
So that's why I'm single. Mm-hmm. You know what really dawned on me, besides being like absolutely crazy? The reason why I'm really single is because the people that did capture my heart.
Notice she said the people that did capture her heart. How many men captured her heart? How many? How many? See, women will never tell you that number. But I can tell you, brothers, that number is very high.
They did not know how to love me how I needed to be loved.
How did they capture your heart but didn't know how to love you? How? That doesn't make any sense. See, what captured her heart was so-called swag, so-called game. You know what I mean? She was attracted to men that were no good. She was attracted to toxic men, because it makes no sense to say that these men captured your heart, but yet when it was time to love you, for some reason, these men didn't know what to do. It makes no sense. This is how I know that she's BSing right now. You know what I mean? She was attracted to trash. And that's typical of modern women. They're always attracted to men that are no good. I see and experience this all the time with ladies. You know what I mean? They be attracted to the thug, to the bum, to the guy that is emotionally unavailable. And then once they get into a relationship with him, the guy do them dirty, and then they want to cry foul play. That's how these sisters be, brothers.
They wanted to love me their way.
See, she's saying they wanted to love her their way. You see, which means she didn't want to accept how these men were. She wanted to change them. She wanted them to do things her way. So how is it that he captured your heart, but then all of a sudden now you want him to do things your way? See, she's telling on herself. How could a man capture your heart, but yet when it's time for him to love you, you want him to love you your way? So surely he didn't capture your heart with no love. So that means there was something else that literally was the bait that drawn you to that man. She's BSing, brothers. Peep the game.
They didn't hear me when I told them what my love language is.
Why wouldn't they hear you if they captured your heart? See, this is a problem, brothers. This sister is lying. This sister is not being honest. She's disingenuous in terms of the truth. She's not being truthful in the facts that she was gravitating towards men that are toxic, and she most likely was dealing with men that are narcissistic, men that was emotionally unavailable. And because of this issue, it caused her to go through a lot of frustration, and she's trying to figure out why these men are not doing X, Y, and Z. And it's not that these men didn't know how to love. The problem is she just keep choosing the same kind of men that are absolutely not good at all. And that's just the truth, brothers.
And for me, I would rather be alone and single than allow somebody to...
They love saying they would rather be alone and single, but yet they having sex with different men. That's what they want you to believe, that they're single. They're not single, brothers. Women have sex on the low with different men, even when they're single. Don't buy into the BS. A lot of women that claim to be single have men that they call up every now and then who are the men they considered worthy to hit it every now and then. They do this, brothers. Don't be fooled. Women like this will get dressed because they're attractive and pretty, and they'll go to a bar, see a particular man, and that man will be the man they need for the night. That's how they move, brothers. Don't be mistaken. Don't be fooled. Don't think that these women all have morals and values. A woman has so many secrets. She would get dressed, look very attractive, very seductive, and she'll go to a bar, go to some social place, see a particular gentleman, have a few drinks, and then she'll make that man take her to a hotel so that he could pretty much smash and dash. And then she'll go right back to her home, right? Know what she did, right? And then get on camera and talk about how, all these men don't know how to love and they don't know how to do this while outside doing that kind of dirt. Don't be fooled, brothers. Don't be fooled at all. Anyway, man, that's all I'm going to say for today, brothers. It is what it is. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video. It is what it is. It's Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'll catch you all in the next video. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut.